Greetings, and begin when you made that poo. Thank you for returning to this channel for another broadcast. Tonight we have a collection of short cricket experiences that were toasted on X.
B19. Go to family event. Typical family event with awkwardness and regulars. Regulars unfortunately include annoying aunts, stuck-up cousins, nerds, etc. Function is finally warming up, people actually enjoying themselves. Time to eat and people crowd around table outside to get food. Sit on lawn chairs, not bad at all, and warm summer evening. Everyone content and relaxed. Out of nowhere, hear a scream from inside the house. Everyone freezes. Instantly dead quiet as everyone drops a brick in their pants. Really good neighborhood where nothing happens, everyone living there has good jobs. Expecting something bad, me, a few cousins and an uncle rush into the house to see what's up. 5 minutes or so into search, doorbell rings. Cousins keep searching, I come down with uncle. Obviously hesitant to answer, but uncle does. Middle-aged lady neighbor sounds spooked and tells she heard a scream. Neighbor on other side comes over too and confirms it. 15-ish minutes now, cousins come down and say they found nothing at all. By now police come and start asking questions. Same as us, no answer. They leave in a bad mood, apparently called for nothing. Everyone tries to chalk it up as a group hallucination or a computer glitch, and likes watching movies on computer. She may have left it on. People leave fast, don't even want to stay to take food with them. Family members living there move to a house nearby, don't talk about their old house when asked.
Be me. Somewhere around 15 to 17 years old. Cousin and I like to get high. Really like to get high in woods. We live in Nipah and so forests are in abundance. One night we're walking through the forest. Come across an old factory, mill-like building. No spoopy yet, we've been here before. Even been inside one or twice, it's falling apart and has all kind of weird shit in it. Some stuff is just weird cause it's old and run and down and dusty. And we're high. But of course there's other stuff, like the usual off drawings and symbols. Stupid fucking hobos probably. Anyway. We decide to chill here for a bit. Find a relatively comfy area on the first floor, sit on floor and chill. Smoking and talking, get on topic of ghost stories and shit. Decide to go exploring. Wander the first floor a bit, no noises, no nothing. Climb up to second floor. Stairs are broken so we got to jump up to this ledge to get up there. Still nothing spoopy. Starting to get bored and sober. Ask cousin if he wants to go back down to smoke more. Cousin is looking into a doorway down the hall. Come on and on, let's just do one more room. Fucking fine. Go into room and looks normal at first. Mostly empty, just really long. Look closer at the walls and see faint smudges. Go deeper into the room. For some reason room is darker, deeper in. Chalk it up to windows and lack of sunlight or whatever. As we move deeper, smudges get more prominent. Obvious handprints now. Admittedly now mildly freaked out. We get to the end of the room, there's a door to get out, but also a hole right in front of it. Not massive, but big enough that a man could just hop into it vertically. Suddenly starts to rain. Nothing violent, just a light tapping on the windows. Decide we should head home, don't want to get stuck here if it starts pouring. Turn on our phone flashlights to help us find our way back quickly. Look to the walls again. With the lights, smudges are much more vivid. Also bright red. Is that blood? In light, doesn't even look dry. Looks like it's fucking dripping. Time to leave. Begin walking back through the room. Cousin mumbles under breath. What did you say, Anon? I didn't say anything. Back? It's louder now. Definitely not cousin. Come back. Cuts off sharply, suddenly silence. No more rain. I turn around. See what looks like a head coming out of the hole, peeking at us. But completely black. Starts to pull itself up with arms. Also black, like a shadow. Except its hands are bright red. Just like the smudges on wall. And nope.jpg. Cousin and I run and get out of there as fast as we can. Don't even bother to grab any of our stuff. Finally outside, a good distance away. Look back at the entrance, see shadow-like figure standing there. I can still see those bright red hand. And so we kept running and never went back. Asked my cousin about it one day, he said we were probably just super high. I guess it's a possibility, but I don't know. That's the only spoopy thing to ever happen to me, exp.
Be me. This happens in my dream, but it's far too realistic. I get up in the middle of the night and walk to living room. Creak open the shades and see a UFO. It's making some weird generic hovering sound. It's about the size of a larger sedan, but wider. Just hovering down my street. It's got some strobe light. It's shining at all the parked cars' sidewalks, think spotlights. I'm crouched now, staying quiet, I have no idea what's going on. Light starts coming my way, I freeze and let go of the shades, and hide under the window. Light goes back and forth, hovering sound stops for a few seconds. Light cuts and the hovering starts again. By the time I looked back out, it was gone. What's weird is I have the concept of time in the dream. I remember it all very well. I feel the slight draft from the window. I remember the floor being chilly as this happened during colder months. I'd kiff that is normal in dreams either, lol. Anyways, that's my weird happening.
Last summer. Security guard job to help out around the house over summer. Get lucky, get a decent job at a data center. Training goes well, like the day job as it goes fast and plenty of co-workers to talk to. Get the night position, BC all the day swing spots are taken. Turns out data center is low on security, so only one guard per center at night, but some get rovers. Dedicated flex, meaning different buildings but same company. Hate the biggest one in the place. It is absolutely huge with large rooms and no one else there but you. Takes over an hour to patrol the whole building and outside. There are these massive empty rooms that are not rented out, still required to patrol them. No one talks about it out loud for obvious reasons, but other people who covered night shift and went into the empty rooms said it was weird and uncomfortable. Some guy even switched spots so he could avoid the largest room. Day swing had one guard patrol, and the other do computer work. Largest room has only a few dim lights here and there for its length. Patrol time, been through the whole building except the future office space, which was the largest empty room, nearly whole length of the building and maybe a quarter wide. Get the door open, start in. Little hairs on the back of neck stand up. Feel uncomfortable, like being watched. Feels like something about to happen any second. Finally get to the end of the room and start back. Start hearing whispers like many people at once. Walk faster and the whispers get louder, then get quiet as I get to the door. Finish patrol and get back to room. The thing is, the rented rooms have physical servers there that need cooling. So there is an air cooling system that blows air up from the floor. Could have easily been a fan or some air pipe that was leaking, and the late night tiredness made it into something else.
Go to McDonald's at night for a bite to eat. Pull into the parking lot. Stare into the window from a distance to make sure someone is inside. The cashier looks back at me and quickly looks away, which I think is weird. I get closer to the window for a better look. The cashier at this point hides under the table, which makes me suspicious. I give a loud courtesy knock on the door before opening it and heading in. I lean over the counter and look at the cashier and say hi in a very friendly manner. He jumps up and asks what I want. I say you because he was hiding under a table when I wanted to order. He should be doing his job. He actually runs to the back. I'm upset, so I follow him. He picks up a broom and starts swinging it. I try to get it away from him, but he manages to hit me in the head, and I think I black out for a minute. When I come to a few seconds later, I'm pretty upset, as I think I should have been. I grab some patties and follow him. This is where it gets weird. He's the only car on the road since it's like 3 a.m., so I find him easy. He turns off his headlights when he sees me getting near, which is super dangerous. This guy obviously doesn't care about the safety of others. We drive around the neighborhood for like an hour before he finally parks in his front. It's super weird because we were driving for an hour, but his house is like 5 minutes from the McDonald's. Most of this time he was driving without headlights, only turning them on occasionally. No police ever stopped him or anything, I didn't even see any. It was really weird, considering how many there usually are at night around here. So anyway, we're at his house now. He rushes in and locks the door, so I try to break it down, but I'm too weak. I climb his wall and get into the second-story window. It's his kid's room. The kid is asleep. I fix his blankets and he wakes up and says, "Daddy." I laugh and leave his room. I see the guy and ask him what's up, because he seems out of it. He grabs a nearby knife. I freak out. This guy has become dangerous. This guy who was at a McDonald's just a bit ago, working an innocent shift. You just can't tell anymore who is good and who isn't. I have to protect myself, so I take out my Swiss knife and stab him when he gets close. He falls down pretty easily. I stuff the patties into his mouth and leave. I've never been more weirded out at someone's behavior. All I wanted was a McChicken. Up again, got one from one of my desiccant friend's mom back when my friend and I were kids and I'd come over. This is when she was young, in Mexico. Of course, her way of telling it puts Greentext to shame. B6ish. Live near Mexico City. Live in a little village / city with a river through it, she wasn't clear. Summertime. Can play until it gets dark. She and her best friend at the time are playing near the river, getting kinda dark. Having a good time with her friend, along with all the sentimental stuff, let's be best friends forever. Yuck. Sit down near river to relax, talking. Hear a woman from the little reedy area in front of them across river. Can't make out what she's saying. Not worried be / see it's a small place where people know each other and they're little kids. Call out to her. "We can't hear you, missus, what's up?" The voice creepily asks, "Are you my children?" Finally start worrying. "No." "Who are you?" "You must be my children, you have to be." She says she and her friend froze in horror as a nasty, rotten-looking hand with a white, dirty sleeve started reaching out of the reed / plants. Run to her home. Both crying hysterically and trying to tell Mom what happened. When she does understand, Mom gets dead serious, locks the door and shuts the windows, tells them all to keep quiet. Starts praying and using salt near openings. Keeps them in over the night. They hear scratches and a woman crying. Wake up shaky in the morning. Her friend goes to her own house. When she tells her parents, news spreads and the whole area is too afraid to let their kids out even in the evening. She used to tell me stories when I would come over as a kid. This is a scary one she saved for Halloween.
Had a dream one night. Me and my mom go to some huge-ass playground with a weird climbing complex. Shit's like 5 to 6 stories high. Situated on the side of a small cliff, so top platform is easily accessible. I climb up. Mom's got to smoke, so she'll meet me up there. Get to the top after a few minutes climb. Mom's up there waiting. Hear another group / family drive up to playground. One kid, probably 4 or 5, runs all the way to the top, teetering on the edge of the cliff. Suddenly he falls. I immediately look away straight towards my mom. Hear the family below gasp, wait for splat or some kind of impact. All while staring at my mom's crazy, horrified face. Wake up in cold sweat before impact. Sit for a while and try to go back to sleep. Finally do, but still spooked. Flash forward a few years. Eating Chinese food and get fortune cookie, pick related. Remember that dream, hadn't thought of it in ages. Talking to mom over the phone later that day. Her and my little sister are sitting on a balcony at a hotel a couple stories up. Get sick feeling. Don't want to tell mom, she'll think I'm crazy. Suddenly mom shouts something intelligible. Hear gasp and small shriek. Wait for impact. That was a few years ago. My mom went crazy and had to be put on meds because she thought it was her fault. Now all of the nightmares I have are of other people falling but never hitting the ground. This is the first time I've shared this story, and I'm still shaking thinking of it. I don't know if it's spooky or anything, but whatever.
Christmas party at my house when I was 14. House is old school ranch style, one long hallway from garage entrance to bathroom, entire length of the house. By bathroom it tees with a short hallway FTO my room and another to my parents' master suite. Main door to house in middle of hall, standing at the front door you can see literally every entrance to the house from outside that isn't a window. Because of hall we leave the bathroom light on all night and have a night light by door to garage. My Aunt J, Uncle H, and 2 cousins are the last to leave. We are all by the front door saying goodbye. Someone walks from my room to my parents' room, casts shadow down hall. Aunt J says, "Who was that?" Everyone left in the house is with us. Dad, Uncle H, and I check their parents' room, nothing. Search the closets, even under the bed. Check my room, nothing, check everywhere. Mom, Aunt J, kids can all see the doors and most of the rest of the house, no one, nothing. Everyone agrees we all saw a man about 6 feet tall, in jeans and a blue shirt, walk from my bedroom to parents' bedroom. He even made the squeaky floor creak. Face was in shadow from light behind him, but white guy with short hair. Me, Dad, Uncle agreed that was what he looked like while in rooms. Mom, Aunt, kids agreed that was what he looked like in hall. We didn't talk to each other about description until later. Finally go outside, it had snowed 3 days before, no footprints by windows to wither room. Aunt, uncle, cousins all leave, freaked out. Dad and I seal up the house and search everything and everywhere. Nothing. No one. No hint anyone had been there but us. About a year later have some friends over for a barbecue. One of them goes to the bathroom, comes back out, asks me, "Who else is here?" Tell him no one. He says he saw a guy in my room, reading a book. Everyone who is invited is with us. I check the house, it is empty, the doors locked except for the one to the deck, where everyone is sitting. Ask friend more. Says he saw a white guy, about 6 feet, in jeans and a blue shirt. Couldn't really see his face very well. That after the barbecue I tell my dad about what my friend saw. He tells me mom had seen the guy in the kitchen, cleaning the counters, reflected in a window, but no one was there when she went into the room. He saws my sisters claimed they saw him in the living room, sitting on the couch and watching TV. They looked down to get a camera out and when they looked up, he was gone. We were nervous for a while but we stopped seeing anything and, eventually, just blew it off. I joined the army at 18, went off and had a great time, but got injured and ended my enlistment, got accepted to a school far away from home. Visiting my parents after I got out I stayed in my old room for a weekend before I left. Mom asked me to help her clean the kitchen before family came over for dinner with me before I left. I am in cleaning the kitchen and look up, mom is white as a sheet, staring at me. She says, "It was you. When I saw someone in the window, it was you." I look down. I'm 6 feet, wearing jeans and a blue shirt. I'm wiping the counters. Realize I have been all the places and doing all the things we saw on this very day. Mom says, "I didn't recognize you because you were older. Tell Dad about it," he says. Makes as much sense as anything else. Let's eat.
All right. Let me tell you the story of how I became a tinfoil hat, like you losers. I was on vacation in Spain with 2 friends, and we met some Canadian girls that were there also, and ended up drinking on a beach together one night. Suddenly, this guy approaches us, looking slightly drunk himself, and wearing only pants, no shirt or shoes, but the motherfucker looks like he just stepped off a GQ cover. So he joins us, perhaps a bit intrusively, but he's a charming drunk, and we get to talking and sharing drinks. Me and the girls have no problem with the guy, but my friends are getting annoyed, maybe because they think his presence is cock-blocking them with the girls, I don't know. Eventually they rudely basically shoo him away. So the guy gets up and, as he's drunkenly walking backwards, he mumbles something in a language I can't understand. My friend is basically getting aggressive at this point, and says, "What was that, asshole?" And the guy looks at him and says, "I said you people used to show more respect to the gods." So we all laugh, and my friend says, "What are you, a god of drunken assholes?" And the guy gets sad, and says nothing. A patron of travelers, once. But now nothing. And his image, I don't knows, vibrates, and seems like someone is pulling it in the direction of the city, and then he disappears split second. We freak, and get up to the spot where he was, and one of the girls that didn't have shoes on burns her feet on the sand where he was, which is all fucked up and searing.
Be a few months ago. Working a closing shift at my shitty Mickey D's job. A creepy guy looking about the age of 50 to 60 comes in and orders a coffee and muffin. While I am making his coffee, he starts to ask some weird questions. "Anon, when do you get off work?" UMM1 was off at 11 but didn't want to tell him that. "Do you live in town?" "Nope." "What street do you live on?" Acted like I didn't hear him. "Are you walking home?" "Nope, I am driving." Quickly call brother and ask him if he can pick me up. Thank God he can. Time is now 10:30. The inside closes at 11. Begin to clean lobby. Look out into parking lot and see fucking creepy guy. He is just sitting there watching me sweep and mop. Actually scared at this point. Finally it's 11. Usually if someone was picking me up I would sit on the patio, but not tonight. Brother finally comes. Hop in car and he takes the back roads home. Look behind us. It's the fucking creepy guy. Almost home and taking a right onto our street. Old guy takes a left. I see old guy drive to the main street and away. Haven't seen him since, and happy I haven't either. Honestly, one of the more scarier things that has happened in my life. In hindsight, I should have told my brother someone was following us.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel, as more Greentext will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.